gay person say, well, why is it not okay to be I'm not hurting nobody if I'm gay. Well, then, you say, well, okay, well, God has morals that he put in place. You say, well, morals don't really matter. Okay, morals didn't really matter. If two gay men is okay, then an 18-year-old girl and her 55-year-old father should be able to be together then, if that's okay. Say, well, what's wrong with that? They're 18 and she's 50. She's legally, it's legal, but it's not morally correct in the way God has it. So therefore, if God allows you to have man on man, then he has to allow grandfather and granddaughter. Since it's unmorally correct, God has to say, I have to put a stop to all of it because none of it's right. So this is why God has stuff in place, because if he allows one thing, he has to allow all the, people marrying horses and trees and doing all this other stuff outside of his will. And it's like if you allow man on man or just sleeping with whoever you want to sleep with, then you have to allow everything else. And this is why it becomes wrong to do things outside of God's will, because it leads down a lane or road.
And it's something that you really love doing is that daily prayer.
If I had to, yes.
Like you, girl.
Just to get to God, yes. If I had a not watching TV, it's nothing wrong with getting out in the world and seeing the room more than watching TV.
She eating them up, right? She eating them up. Alright, well, I ain't gonna hold up for too long. I'm tired.
I think for me, just giving my voice to God, and if God really wants me to do that, he'll just give it back to me in full. So that's one. The second one would probably be the food that I put in my body, like changing the diets. So that's probably a sacrifice that I want. And what else is my third? Sacrificing like certain relationships and friendships, because I feel like not everybody deserves your time and your energy, and not everybody's good for the soul. So that's my third.
That God told, watch this, you're going to be the father of many nations. Are you following this? But in verse 1, it says, and it came to pass after these things, that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, behold, here I am. Watch verse 2. And he said, take now thy son, watch this, thine only son, Isaac. So when you hear the sentence, thy only son, Isaac, what comes to your mind? He had one son. Are you following that? Somebody real quick, run fast and get me one of the peppermints out of my office. Fast, hurry, quick, fast, run. You run track, run fast. So we see that Abraham has one son, right? Are you following that? But he tells Abraham, you're going to be the father of many nations. Let me ask you this question, and Dion, this will be since you answered it. Could you imagine being told you would be the father of many nations, but you only got one son? It confused, right? Confused, trying to understand. So how am I be the father of many? Son Isaac is wrapped up in rope, literally being prepared to be a sacrifice. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife. He's in this position, about to kill his son. Could you imagine that? He is literally about to go through it and kill his son. And watch the next verse. I'm not making up any of this stuff. I promise you, this is in the Bible. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. He said, here I am. And he said, lay not a hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. Watch this. So here's what God is saying. I just wanted to see if you were willing. Are you following that? Yeah. Sometimes God just wants to see, are you willing to give up the thing that you love? Are you following that? Yeah. All he wants to see is you're willing. And see, sometimes we dwell on the thing that we got to give up, but don't realize, watch the next scripture, that there's a ram in the bush.
What do you guys think of RPM today?
It was really good. Today we learned about salvation, and what's his name? Jake came in and talked and told us testimony.
We learned about sacrifices too, and like it's hitting for real. Like it was a good message I needed to hear. I feel like we all needed to hear it today. So.